What's up, everyone? Today we are covering one of the major staples in any MMORPG, guilds, or free companies as they are referred to in Final Fantasy, covering the benefits of a free company, why you should join or make one, how to recruit if you are tasked with doing so, since it's a little bit different than just having your progress posted on WoW Progress along with a recruit logo, and doesn't have as many venues, I suppose, as there are with other MMORPGs. And if you've been searching for a free company, then how to find the right one for you. Now, the biggest and most obvious reason to have a free company are for FC actions. These are essentially buffs that last 24 hours and are purchased from a vendor. You can have 2 up per day and change them out as you wish. They can provide you with things like 10% experience, whether that be for jobs that you're leveling, for different professions you're trying to work on. You can also reduce rates of travel, meaning it costs less to move around, reduce weakness duration, so if you get rezzed, it takes less time to shake off that weakness debuff, and they can provide you with just a huge game-changing experience, making you overall save a lot of time and money. Now, while these come in a rank 1 and rank 2 version, obviously the rank 2's costing more, but providing you with more, there is a rank 3 option available. Now, this is obtained only once you've probably built your first house with a free company through an etheric wheel. Essentially, you will feed this wheel materials that will end up spitting out over time a rank 3 buff. So, needless to say, it's something that's very hard to obtain, and you will probably only obtain 1 or 2 of these per week. So most of the time you will run these rank 2 buffs, but occasionally you can provide yourself with a rank 3. Obviously, if you aren't in a free company, you may have dabbled with squadrons and purchased sort of the individual scrolls that allow these rank 3 buffs, but overall, why not just have a free company and net yourself permanent buffs all the time? The second reason to have your own free company is probably for the bank, especially if you're a pack rat, like someone that I know that's sitting next to me, and if I say her name, she will hit me very hard. But the biggest reason why you might want this bank is to save money by not purchasing extra retainers, and while you can't put like soulbound pieces of gear and other items in them, you could use it to fill up with random crafting junk as well as extra materia. Overall, just sort of giving you that extra bit of space and cleaning up those bags just a little bit more. The last and probably most underutilized benefit to a free company is the FC workshop. This is an area that is only obtained once your FC has bought a house, not a personal one. And it works in the same way that retainers do. Essentially, you will outfit a airship or submarine with components the way that you would outfit your retainers with armor to send them out on missions. They will bring you back obviously some trash items, but occasionally an item that sells for quite a bit of money, such as a mount. They also bring back a currency in the form of clays and resins, which are used to purchase different plans and patterns for things such as new house designs. These clays and resins are tradable, but they are not sellable or buyable on the market board. So my first suggestion would be to look for a Discord or possibly a Reddit group that is interested within trading these various types of materials in case you are interested in purchasing some of these plans sooner, just because the market for them is pretty lucrative overall. But obviously, now that I've said something, I'm sure my market's going to tank, so thanks guys. But hopefully you make a decent amount of gil in the process, and stay away from Diabolos market, please. Thank you. All right, so you've got your buffs up, you've crammed some goodies into that bank, and you may have a pretty nice designer house. But how do you bolster your ranks with new recruits? The first place I would recommend is something that's only been around for almost maybe a year now, and that's Final Fantasy XIV's Lodestone website, Community Finder. Now, essentially, you can post sort of a spiel on what your guild likes to do, what your interests are, and what you are looking for when you're trying to find new people. It also includes a lot of interesting things that are really well integrated, including a picture forum, just a chat forum in general to discuss things with new recruits, even if that's just random questions that they have for you or you have for them, and an interesting searchability feature in the form of hashtags. You can add up to 3 various hashtags, whether you are a hardcore raider, role-playing guild, or just a casual group that likes to get together for maps or hunts. And it also allows for a custom hashtag of your own. So whether you're a specific type of group, I think this is really one of the best and newest forms of guild recruitment within the game. And before the Lodestone community finder was a thing, I think one of the biggest ways that people used to find FCs was through Reddit. Honestly, they've developed their own pretty unique system as well, just because Reddit's popularity has always been there. And it's a really great way to still have some searchability on what you're looking for. You can search through different data centers or what type of people you're looking for. And while it's not quite as polished as Final Fantasy has made their own searchability, it's definitely really good still. And with how many people probably are still using Reddit on a daily basis, I would recommend that you probably try here as well. But whatever you do, please do not fill my chat with shout messages when I'm standing around in cities. That's probably the last thing anybody wants to see, and more than likely you're gonna get ignored more than you pick up quality recruits in the first place. So guys, if you're new to the game, this isn't trade chat. Shout is not trade chat. It's not Baron's chat. Just leave it alone, please. Some of you might be sitting there still and be debating on whether or not you should still join a free company, and a lot of people have had bad experiences from the ones I've talked to within game, and that's mostly because Final Fantasy's player base is a lot different than WoW's, and with how many people that are coming over from WoW trying to make guilds, there's still a lot of friction between the two different communities. You know, WoW definitely has a little bit more of a toxic atmosphere and slightly more hardcore when it comes to raiding. The Final Fantasy community, however, while there is still a top 10% area that does like to hardcore raid, a lot of the players play because it's not a time-consuming game and it's very casual friendly. So for those of you who don't really know if free companies are right for you, then I would honestly say you probably just haven't found the right one. If your focus is definitely more on the hardcore raiding side, then you really need to stop and take a look at Reddit or that community finder and, you know, search for those hashtags on, you know, hardcore raiding, savage raiding, and find those guilds that work for you and give them a try. If you're a role player, then you can obviously use the same method. However, you have access to a additional method that not a lot of other people do, and that's through the party finder system. The party finder system is used for everything in the game, just looking for groups in general, and a lot of them take place through events. A lot of people have, you know, role-playing events through their own nightclubs or various parties, raffles, giveaways, and tons of other things. And if you happen to find a community that you find yourself frequently visiting, then maybe it's time you give them a try. As always, guys, it's fun hanging out with you. But you know what? The more I think about it, let's add a third way to recruit to that list. YouTube. For those of you who might just want to hang out with some ex-WoW players and learn a few things along the way, then maybe I'll go ahead and leave our community finder down below and you can give us a try. So we are on the Crystal Data Center on Diabolo's server, and as long as you promise not to take away my guild market, I'll be more than happy to have you. Till next time, guys. See you later.